My camera is inverted. As usual. I mean, not as usual, hopefully. Oh, I can't undo it. Wow. Okay, my bad. I guess I'll stay in inverted camera then. Hey, yo, system. Yeah, unlucky, wait. Is this one working fine? Or is everything inverted? Because if everything's inverted... Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, never mind. Okay, cool. I don't need to stop the stream just for that. Okay, it was mostly a matter of putting it back. So that's cool. Let me bring some brightness back. Yeah. Yeah, I had an interview, so I kind of needed to do the the thing where on Meet it's inverted, but then yeah, got messy. Okay. Nah, that's no Roffy. I mean this. Oh, nah. To main. I don't know. Maybe the menu actually. I don't know. Not sure. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Isn't it the menu? Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I mean it's probably for fee or whatever. At this point. Yeah. So wait, 1, 4. Let me do. What did we say last time? Code. Social keys works. Code. And this is gonna be which the interesting one? This one, 3. I think that's the one. Oh yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I'll start with a quick recap because I had a few questions and I don't really like to do things on one-to-one without a lot of thorough explanations. So yeah, question was again going back a little bit on the topic of what do we have if we go to if we go with GoToSocial rather than Mastodon. So first things, quick explanation about Mastodon, because again, didn't sound like the most understood thing. So I'm gonna just mostly use this as a recording to explain to somebody, but that could maybe be useful for the broader audience. Yeah, and that's cool because actually I thought of exactly those same things. So for example, in the end, when you have Twitter gonna be centralized, Twitter gonna be non-federated, and Twitter gonna be non-distributed, meaning that Twitter holds your data, Twitter controls what you say, Twitter yeah, like filters it, shadow bans you or whatever, but at the end of the day, everything you type or everything you do is gonna be into one database, and you can't interact with somebody if they are not on Twitter, and if you are not on Twitter, and yeah, so that's the most centralized thing. I mean, it's cool because you can log into one place and then you have it and then be done. But then that's also not the most easy. Now you could have email. So email. So to explain also why I'm talking about that, it's also because in case of email and Mastodon, the topic is, why wouldn't you use Mastodon as a as a solution to just, yeah, because it works, because it's there. Because Mastodon has nothing very specific actually. Mastodon just implements ActivityPub, which, if I'm not mistaken, there's probably an RFC for it somewhere. Is there an RFC for it? Maybe. Oh yeah, why not? RFC. Oh, maybe ActivityPub is not an RFC thing. Oh wait, so there is no RFC. I mean, anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not sure exactly what goes into. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So there was no RFC for this one. It was straight standard. Okay. Okay, my bad. I thought we would have had a discussion, but nah. People just decided, hey, you know what? Yeah, ActivityPub, that's a thing now. So yeah. But ActivityPub is just a standard of the web, and then you can implement whatever or however or yeah, as you like it. So that works with Mastodon, PixelFed, PeerTube. And that's the cool thing. It doesn't matter who implements that, it just works. Just like if you have Google, if you go to google.com, that's a website with a backend, and that works. You don't need no Google Chrome to access Google. It's like saying, oh man, you don't go to Google with Google Chrome? No, hopefully, and that's cool. We can use Firefox, we can use Brave, we can use even Suckless, as our fellow buddy said, with Surf, I think. Yeah, even that. You can use Surf and then your thing just works. And that's cool because, again, it's the benefit of a standard. And in this case, email is exactly that. Email is also a standard where it doesn't matter where it is, it can work. Now, if you're on a self-host email, let's say you could self-host Gmail, then Gmail is exactly like this Mastodon repo, meaning that you're going to have the backend. So you're going to have the email thing working for you with the database and everything. And as you can see here, we have some Rails, Postgre, Redis, Sidekick, Node. So all of this is backend. Then you have React Redux, which is frontend, and then you have some local testing things. But all of this is pretty much backend. No, I mean, is backend. So this repo is probably, I mean, yeah. How much is it? 21%? Yeah, it's 70% of backend mostly. And in that case, you could say that, oh, if you have some Gmail, then Gmail would be doing the backend and the UI, because everybody knows the UI of Gmail. Now, if you go on Privacy Guides and you look for a recommendation of some email, I forgot the name. Okay, yeah. So Stalwart, for example, is a way of you self-hosting your own email. So that means that then you could have the backend, and then you could set it up with your domain name, and then you could have, I don't know, email.kisu.works, and then forward that, so that way it could be something like email@kisu.works or whatever. Again, that's like, email is not easy to self-host. It's also not very secure. I won't recommend doing that, but you could technically, and that would give you the backend. Maybe also the front end, but the thing is, doesn't matter, because you could use Roundcube to access it, which is a popular, not the most fancy looking, but that's some UI where then you could read, write your emails. You could use Thunderbird, which is also a client where then you could read and write your emails. Doesn't matter. Some of them even work with Gmail, surprisingly. I mean, it's not like Google is a super good guy, but yeah, at least it works because they still want you to use Gmail. But that's the thing. For example, if you could self-host Gmail, then you would self-host the front end and back end. Mastodon is exactly that. Mastodon is just implementing ActivityPub and in its own way with its own backend and its own frontend. That's all. Now, cool thing is you don't need to use Mastodon. You could use anything. So GoToSocial also works with the ActivityPub. And you could even go, let me find this lady again. Oh yeah, what's her name again? I always forget. White Panther, cool lady. And I'm so sorry. Wow, White Panther nudes? Not what I'm looking for. Oh, okay, here we go. And I'm Nayer. Very nice lady. I love the articles. She can give me the idea of starting to stream. But yeah. So let's go on this topic where she says goodbye. Very sad, but yeah. So in this case, I just go to this one to showcase something. It's the fact that she implemented something where if you go on Blue Sky is its own thing. It's AT protocol, which is like kind of Blue Sky specific, and you could have bridges between ActivityPub and Blue Sky. So that way, if you post on somewhere, that's propagated on the other one. Surprisingly, by the way, Threads, yeah, from Meta. This one. I mean, oh wow, you can even read it with an account. I mean, I'm not sure for how long. Okay, I mean, at least it's public. I don't need an account to read it. Not like I care. But Threads by Facebook is also supporting ActivityPub, surprisingly. Meaning that you can have a Threads account with a Zuckerberg in there and then could still interact with your buddies, because I don't know. It's kind of on the same way as Mastodon, let's say. Now, is it a good thing? I don't know, but at least it works. And going back to White Panther, Salma Alam Naylor, thing is, what she did on the left is this very nice thing. I'll probably do the same, where she actually pulled all the likes from the post that she posted on Blue Sky and Mastodon, I suppose. I know for Blue Sky for sure, Mastodon also probably. And the cool thing is, on the left, you could see all the people that liked it. And if you go at the bottom, it's even better because you could even see the replies of it. Oh yeah, and if you click on it, then you actually go to the actual Blue Sky post, which is cool. Which again shows that this is ActivityPub, and you could interact with ActivityPub on your website, or even, I don't know, anywhere in the end. So that's cool because that really shows you that it's very universal and that it works anywhere, and yeah. So that's pretty much all of it. So why do I not think that Mastodon is the way to go? Because it's just too heavy for what it is. Here I'm gonna have a take that maybe some people don't agree, but using the default is not always the best. So let me try to find this lady. Okay, so yeah, again, I don't have access to the thing, which is a bit annoying. How do I get it? Yeah, my beef with Mastodon is the fact that, again, it's using Rails, which I like. It's stable. It's RAM hungry though. That's the issue. It's not the most friendly in terms of how much performance you can get out of it. But that's my issue with it. Is the fact that when you load the page, just loading the page, you have 4 megabytes, 4 wonderful megabytes of, I don't know, images that are not fully compressed properly, because some of them are JPEG, PNG, but you also have a lot of JavaScript. In the end here, we just loaded some images, some text, and some avatars. And the more you're going to scroll again, yeah, you're going to have some content. There's going to be images, and that makes sense. But again, right, can we do that maybe without the big image in the first place? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Even something like that. When you load it, yeah, you have 4 megabytes. What do you load in those 4 megabytes? I don't know. I don't care. But like, it's just text and a few images. Like, we don't need an entire Redux React thingy. That doesn't matter. It's too big, too huge. Also, it doesn't respect the end user because it's just bulky. And yeah, so oh yeah, wait, this one works now? Oh yeah, this one always works, I think. Okay. So in this case, for example, if you go to the same to a GoToSocial, okay, maybe the UI is not as fancy. Okay, and then you reload this one. And okay, so this is not the best example because this lady has some very big images. I thought it was better. Oh yeah, but no, she has like half a megabyte of a Kanagawa wave. But overall, yeah, if you load this one, if you remove weight, we can actually filter. Like, okay, let's just focus on the crap that's measurable. Because again, yeah, okay. So let's do only JavaScript. So here you have one. Okay, wow, you have 4 megabytes of JavaScript. Here you have. Wait, what? Yeah, here you have 3 megabytes of JavaScript somehow still. Okay, interesting. Huh, that's not what I thought last time I came there. I mean, again, I'm not sure what's running there exactly. So wait, now you got me intrigued. Huh. Because I thought that the performance was better there overall. Let me just run a quick lighthouse. I mean, this is not really like the most best way to measure performance, but it is one way. So again, the images are not optimized. Yeah, you could do a lot. Yeah, font display, cache. Okay, that's not like the biggest issue. But hey, you have decent contentful paint and cumulative layout shift. Because again, the thing is simple. And yeah, some of it also comes down from her VPS. I'm not sure where she hosts it, if she has a CDN or anything. But let's do the same on this part. Oh, okay, wait, what? Oh, we have some local DB stored on top of it. Okay. I mean, we definitely have quite some stuff. Okay, I mean, I can take it. I can load it in a external tab. Sure. Desktop. Okay. Let's leave it loading a little. Yeah. Okay. Wait. What? Wait, what? What even is it loading? Wait. Okay, wait, why? Just run on Arch Linux? What's happening with my system? Okay, wait, no. I want this. Okay, let's go full page. Okay, wait. We have IndexedDB. IndexedDB, data database, sure. Clear set data, service worker, we have none. Okay, now. Okay. Yeah, my bad. Got things messed up. Yeah, of course, the wiki of Arch is fast to load. That's true. That's very much true. Okay, so. Oh wait. Oh no, actually this one is useless. Okay, anyway. Wait, was it? Okay, I lost it again. Anyway. Here, some data. Okay, sorry. Still new to how to organize my tabs properly. I mean, not tabs, but windows. Overall, my screens. I mean, still, we saw the metrics. They definitely weren't as good. Because again, yeah, here you have 1.4 of contentful paint. And you have like speed index and a lot of things that you could improve. Because again, you just have buttload of even polyfills. Why do we care about polyfills? You don't need to care about polyfills. Also, it's like object has on and unshift. I don't know. You don't even need that nowadays. So if you compare both side by side, yeah, maybe SEO wise it's better because maybe she didn't put something properly. Okay, that's fair. That's fixable. But I don't know. I don't know. Performance to me, you have 1 second to load some bloat. Yeah, no. No, I mean, also again, this example is on my machine. So quite some powerful rig with fiber. So yeah, it is what it is. But you could run it in a more separate way. Still, I really don't like the fact that you need to load all of that. And again, maybe her setup is not the best. But that's the thing. You could take it elsewhere. So you could take it to Elxon, for example, and then you could load it here, and then here you could refresh it. And then wait, let me just load what's needed. Okay, and then here you overall see less crap because I mean, some of it, also the best part is you're gonna have service worker working for it. Which again, you could also clear. So if we go into an IndexedDB, and if we, oh yeah, no, okay, I just kicked it, okay. And then Lighthouse again, and if we run it again. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Oh, I guess the service worker was doing some fancy. Oh, yeah, no, never mind. Yeah, that was maybe a bit too intense of a blocker. Okay, we have some IndexedDB we can clean. Do we have some IndexedDB? Yes. And register, Lighthouse, desktop. So again, not the most lab and accurate thing, but hey, works. Okay, so not the best, but still less crap overall. And the UI looks nice. It's snappy, works well. You have it as a PWA because you can install it on your desktop. And again, yeah, Elk is still some Vue.js. It's still some JavaScript. It's, yeah, it's not the most lightweight. If you want the most lightweight solution, you could just access the basic front end of GoToSocial. And again, I don't know why. I think on the previous stream I checked the. I mean, might also depend on the, okay, like depends probably on what I load. So for example, if I load someone's profile. Okay, wait, no. Let me take Jeff Geerling. Oh yeah, I saw this one. But if you take, oh wait, oh no, that redirects to a different one. Wait, is it the Mastodon? Okay, this is the Mastodon one. Yeah, so if you take Jeff Geerling, yeah, you're gonna have 7 megabytes. If you take this one loaded from here, you're gonna have 1.7. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, it wasn't fair for comparison because on one point I was loading the index page, while here I was loading a profile. Okay, so that's better. If I load the profile versus a profile, and actually, wait, I could do better. Why am I stupid? I could just load the same profile. Okay. 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 So simple. You have 5. Wait, no, never mind. That's all, and that's all. Okay. Okay. So you have 5 megabytes transferred. So this is after compression. And here I have 1 megabyte transferred, which is a fifth. Which is, I take it overall. Yeah, I take it. Because I don't know, being respectful of your end users is something that matters. And if you don't like this one, that's fine. You can have something else. Because again, this is just for the web. But I don't know. Shipping React because it's just like popular. That's not the solution. And I care about end users. And I think that you could definitely do better in 2026 than ship like 7 megs. I don't know what kind of game fits in 7 megabytes. Because again, nowadays we just ship things without caring, and I feel like that's not cool. Do we have something that we know? Give me a popular name that fits within that limit. Yeah, Pac-Man. I mean, probably Doom, but Doom is probably more lightweight than that. I mean, I don't know. Size of the original Doom game. 512. No. Okay, see? Okay. 225. Okay, the exa is half a meg. But then the full game looks like it's more. Okay, you can compress it in 2.3 megabytes. Okay, Prince of Persia 1.44, Doom 144, Tetris. Okay, so overall, when you load this on Elk, you load half a Doom. On this one, you load 3 Doom games. Like, bro, we just have a few images and some text. Yeah, so sorry, but no, we don't do that. I mean, in the end, it doesn't even matter because again, people need to understand that if you use Mastodon, that's still a very nice project. I like it. I just don't fully like the choice for the front end. The back end is also a bit power hungry, but again, that's a different problem. Thing is, it doesn't matter because in the end, if you have some kind of back end, that's all you need. That's really all you need. You don't really have to choose and lock yourself into one thing. You could use any of those, and that's the other thing. If you go federated and decentralized, don't lock yourself into, oh shit, we need to use Mastodon. No, you could use anything, because at the end of the day, if like what's self-hosting? Self-hosting is just a matter of, oh, you have a database that you read from and write to. That's all. Then it's mostly the matter of, oh, how much crap do you want to put in there, in between you and the database? Because that's all. Like, if wait, did I close it? Did I close it? Yeah. For example, Jeff Gerling, when he posted this thing of like, oh, by the way, that was that video, but yeah, with PlayStation, but sure. When he writes that, it's stored on Mastodon Social. So Mastodon is having its own server that's running for free to help people. And that's cool. But you could also self-host your own or let it self-hosted by somebody else. So for example, Elena on this one, when she writes this message, this is just one input in a database somewhere that she controls. It's her own database. And that's pretty much all. You don't need more than that. You just need to store one kind of specific bit of data somewhere and put it on the internet, because it's not locked and anybody can access it, anybody can interact with it, and that's all. So it might be Postgre, might be SQLite. This is Postgre. The original one is Postgres on Mastodon. Elk, I'm not sure what it uses, but I mean, it's just a front end, so it doesn't really use database. It's just proxies the call. But yeah, so in the end, if you go to, I don't know, self-hosted, and then you look into Mastodon, so you're going to have a comma, you're going to have GoToSocial, you're going to have Mastodon itself, Miski, Pleroma, which is kind of like legacy. By the way, I thought that Pleroma would be super nice, so like would be faster because it runs on Elixir, and Elixir is a nice language from what I heard from an interview. I mean, I also looked into it a little, but like, yeah, it's a functional language. That's definitely interesting, but yeah, I'm not sure I'll have any use for that. Thing is, it's based on Erlang, and Erlang is actually super heavy. So I have a language that's super fast and scales like crazy. Like Elixir, web framework, what runs on it? I think there's something. Oh yeah, there's Phoenix. Yeah, that's right. So Phoenix, for example, I know that it is used by which one it is. It's like Signal something. Um, who uses Phoenix framework for their notifications? I know it's some kind of company for like push notifications or something. Can't find it no more. But anyway, I heard crazy stats about how much bandwidth you could have and throughput of just the sheer amount of data transfers. But the thing is, you still need to eat the cost of actually loading Erlang, which is heavy. But then it scales like crazy. For example, okay, sure, maybe it takes, I don't know, 4 gigs of RAM, but then, okay, you could serve 10 billions of people per second or something. Which is cool, huh? Scales well, but the initial cost is heavy. Rails is cool because it's a friendly language. I like Rails. I wrote some myself at the beginning. And that's nice because you can get a lot of things done. Syntax is cool. I mean, just Ruby is cool. So, yeah. It's also very, very... Oh, wow. Oh. They redid their website. Wow. Super nice. Yeah, so Ruby is overall super chill. Like the syntax of Ruby is literally, hey, you put something in variable, you print it. Or you have all of those fancy functions to make it friendly. If you want to make an array or something friendly, you can do that. It's a super nice language. I love the new landing page, man. It's crazy. Used to be a bit less sexy, let's say. Website. Yeah, it used to be like this, which is like fine still, but definitely less sexy than the current one. And Ruby is nice. Ruby is cool to write, but Ruby is not the most performant. To some extent, you could make it perform like a lot of things. Out of the box, it will still eat a lot of things, and you still need quite some power. And why do I want to go with GoToSocial? Simple, because it is actually in Go. As you can see, this blue thing. And thing with Go is it's lightweight. You don't have a lot of footprint initially, and then still scales very nice. Sure, if you have maybe 2 billion writes and reads, yeah, sure, won't scale as crazy as Phoenix or something else. I mean, nobody really writes Phoenix, to be honest, to begin with. Like, most people just use JavaScript on the backend too, or a real language, like Python or PHP or whatever. But Go is very cool. It's lightweight, does the job well, and again, it's just a matter of you put something in a database and you fetch it back. That's all. That's all we need from a backend that actually implements ActivityPub, because that's the only thing that matters. And again, if we go back to the thing, you can decide on the front end you choose. You don't specifically need to lock yourself into something. Just like if you self-host or use some email, you could use your own email client. You could use a web client. You could use anything. But I mean, again, if people are used to Twitter and to Gmail, then you lock yourself into the thing and then you forget the beauty of, if you have something on the fediverse, it's going to be decentralized, federated, and distributed. Meaning that nobody owns the data in one place. Anybody can talk to each other. And then you could... No, okay, it's not distributed. Never mind. Because distributed is everybody has a piece of it. I mean, maybe you could do that still, but I don't think you get ownership. Yeah, because like if you say something now, okay, it's not distributed. Never mind. I don't think it is distributed. No, I mean, no, it's probably not distributed. But anyway, it's federated, decentralized, and interoperable. Interoperability like works between each other. Because again, for example, it's an email. If you have I don't know, hello@kisu.works, anybody can send me an email there. I mean, that's not an email that exists, but anybody could send me an email there. It doesn't matter if it's from Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail, because again, it's an email. And that's the same here. ActivityPub is just some database somewhere. You could write, read from it, doesn't matter. I think that's all. I think that covers the why. But yeah, I'm not sure if Elk is the right client. I mean, I like the UI and I could probably go with it, see how heavy it is. If it's not too heavy, it's cool. But yeah, that's my take on it. And again, it's microblogging. Okay, yeah, also something. My buddy makes a confusion between forum and microblogging. Which again, for me, I have some very... yeah, okay, I have content-led engagement style, indeed. You have discovery, community, indeed, and you have structure. Because, for example, if you go to... if you go to Pebble, this is a forum. This is a place where you can come in and you can like read messages and you can reply, link things and like be happy. That's a forum. If you go to Jeff Geerling, then this is like a personal feed. And sure, you could interact with it. But it's still going to be Jeff Geerling posting things. While here, it's anybody posting things. So this is a forum. As in like old school BB forum. And this is, I don't know, of timeline from like microblogging on Twitter like experience. So yeah, very different. And I don't feel like you could call Mastodon Micro a forum. Like, yeah. But yeah, and for the forum, again, you also have the difference of either you have something like Ethereum, which is PHP, or you have Discourse, which gonna be well, what is Discourse on again? Oh yeah, it's Rails. Oh yeah, true, it's Rails and some again. Let me just check what's on the front end. Yeah, what is it? Oh, it's not React. Oh wow. Oh. Okay, it's even worse. It's Ember. Wait, for real? Wait, they don't have the usual crap. Oh wait, because I'm looking at the wrong place. Wait, dependencies. Oh yeah, indeed. Yeah. So yeah. Okay, so it uses Rails. Again, that's one choice for backend. I could respect that. For forum, I can understand a bit more. Because again, on a forum, you need more features. It's more complex. You have more interactions. You need something more heavy. So I could go along with Discourse as a forum. But again, they use Ember, which is like even worse than anything else. Ember is something that was hot in the day. They used to have this little boy as a mascot. And I don't know. I mean, I never really wrote it because again, the syntax was a bit weird, and that was kind of after I started actually working professionally with web tech. But yeah, syntax is not the most fancy. Maybe it matches well Rails. I mean, I don't know. You also have, if you really want to go Rails, you could just use Stimulus or something from Rails itself, because they have their own thing. They have Turbo and Stimulus. Stimulus is more like how you organize your thing, and Turbo is mostly to load things faster. I mean, you have a bazillion of JavaScript frameworks that are lightweight. You have HTMX, you could have a lot of things. So it's more about the which one do you pick? An Ember for the front end? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't judge because I haven't really worked with it, but terms of performance, all the graphs I saw, Amber was always at the full back of it. But yeah, and again, for forum might be fine. For forum might be fine, but again, you could also have the same with a Flareum, which in the end gonna still do the same with an actual front end and back end where you can still post some message. What do they use on their side? I don't know. What is the tech stack of Flareum? They maybe don't have no framework. That's the cool part. Okay, so they have some JS and TypeScript, but they mostly have Mithril. Which... Okay, they have something super lightweight. Okay, that's cool. So they have a tiny glimpse of probably micro interaction or like some fancy thing. Okay. I mean, I heard about it. Wait, did I? Am I... No, I guess I haven't started yet. But yeah, okay, maybe so this one. This is gonna be more like... how do you call this one? I forgot the name of it, with the small directives that we have. Wow, bro, you good? I mean, yeah, I don't care about that. Noven.js, never heard about that. Reef, never heard about that. Lemonade, wow, bro, the names. Okay, lightweight. Anyway, yeah, it's fine, doesn't matter. But there's another one that's more popular, and I know I have it stored. No, man, now I need to find it. Okay, let's go. Framework, how much do we have? Certify, tip tab, Deoxys, specify. Alpine.js, here we go, bro. Yeah, so Alpine.js is also one way of... Oh yeah, you could do something kind of like Vue without having Vue. It works until it doesn't scale that well. Again, if it's that, it's fine. You don't bring a lot of things. That's like one input. You don't have any build tool. So if it's mostly backend for the Vue and maybe something, I don't know, for additional logic, that's fine. If it's not mandatory, because yeah, again, if you go to the forum, like for example, if I go to Pebble, I'm not sure what happens if I disable JavaScript. Does it still work? Yeah, man. Okay, technically still works. If you want a website from like the 2012s, yeah, still works. Bare text, sure. Now, if you go on Graphene OS, and then if we visit their forum, then okay. Okay, I mean, at least it looks as... Wait, no, wait. I enable JavaScript. Okay, I mean, at least it looks as ugly. Fair. Fair. Okay, but I mean, yeah, this one you can probably still interact with it if you're logged in. Okay. I mean, I have less opinions on this one, honestly. It's fine. Like, I can accept this one as a fellow candidate. But again, it's also about How many messages? Okay, here we have 5 messages. Here we have 6 messages. 7, sorry. Okay, so if we do network, we'll load this. Okay, and here we go to network, we'll load this. Wait, sorry, let me load it from the top. So Pebble gonna load 2.3 megs. This gonna load 350. Okay, yeah, sorry. That's what. Okay, that in my memory was more of the performance that we have. And yeah, so here we definitely have that thing of okay, we have the whole thing at a tenth of the size, which is cool. Because again, it might not be necessary to have discourse with Ember. You could have something simple. Because again, PHP doesn't break, Rails also is stable, but the less JavaScript, the better. Because again, the tuning in the JavaScript realm is very meh. And again, if you have the choice of, it's also the Linux philosophy of if you can choose the backend and you can choose the front end, just do it. Because that way you're going to have the best backend and the best front end. If your thing does everything and nothing, it's like a jack of all trades, sure, maybe it's fine. And then it's shipped as a one package. At the same time, yeah, just pick the right tool for the job. And you need fast backend, just get fast backend and go. Simple footprint. That's all. So yeah, a lot of yapping. But anyway, I'm in a bad mood anyway. Losing faith in humanity as I'm speaking. Okay, so let's go back to the actual self-hosting because I was almost there last time. Also, I love how this stream just cut. Hopefully we're still live. I mean that's what I was checking before. I'm not sure if I'm currently live. Yeah, I think I am. Okay. So that's cool. I'm potentially still live. So yeah, that's nice. Because yeah, last time I streamed for 2 hours and I streamed for 2 extra hours after, but now just cut. While I was going into the heavy of it of like, okay, let me just set up all the images because I also tried to compare the before going all in. I also thought, okay, what are the pros and cons? Because you probably have a lot of things you can work with, and for example, as we saw, a lot of heavy stuff comes back to the images. The images is probably one of the heaviest thing ever. So having them fast and well done is important, and that's exactly what I checked. Of okay, can we get some images that that can be in WebP or AV1, AVIF? Because I mean, AVIF is like super heavy, but at least WebP to have it just in PNGs and JPEGs, because that doesn't make sense. And a few other things on like how to optimize and compress and everything. Because if you pick something like something faster and everything, then it's cool, but it also needs to be well done in terms of performance, because the initial tech is good, but then it's also what you do with it. From what I saw, the guy behind it, and again, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. What's the guy? Who's the fella behind it? Who's the fella behind it? Contributors. Wait, where do you see the contributors? Anyway, I don't know. Is it Kim? Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, so Kim is doing quite a few things in Go apparently. That's cool. Super nice. Wow, very active by the way. Doing quite a few nice things in Go. Huh? So thanks a lot, Kim. I'm not sure if this is not like a popular actor with a snitch photo, but yeah. So thanks a lot for your work. That's very nice project, and we're gonna self-host it because again, I checked the config. I mean, went over it quickly. I haven't read every possible flag ever yet. Probably do that just as I did for Mumble. Yeah, here you have you have pretty much everything, because if we go, I mean, we could just also go over it. So what do we have? Yeah, we have Thingy, Ubuntu, yeah. So here I describe my setup because I self-hosted on Hetzner on a Ubuntu VPS. I know. People are gonna be like, oh, Ubuntu is evil. To some extent, yeah. At the same time, I don't really care. Like, I'm already on Ubuntu, but I hate it as much as anybody else. Again, I'm just counting the days where I'm gonna have my things on NixOS. Really, really deeply counting them. I have a few other priors before, but yeah, call Ubuntu as temporary because I really don't like it either. But hey, at least it works. I could use Fedora. I could use a Red Hat or whatever the thing they have. I know that in some of the chats, yeah, some people have some very opinionated opinions on which VPS to use. I don't know. I know that Ubuntu is shit. I also have the most love-hate relationship with Ubuntu because when I used to be a full-time 24/7 Ubuntu user, my Ubuntu was just breaking every 2 to 3 months. Wasn't specifically a skill issue on my part because I used Linux for long enough so that I could troubleshoot the problems. But I don't know, just so much crap in there and too heavy. I know that, yeah, some people don't like systemd, and that's one thing, but Ubuntu is next level bloat and stuff in there and politics, and I don't know, Canonical also doesn't sound like the... It's probably a pragmatic company, but yeah. But overall Ubuntu, yeah, I don't care, but like, does the job for now. We'll fix it later. Also, I mean, that's not even my worst gripe with Ubuntu. My problem with Ubuntu, as in any other distribution, honestly, is the fact that you need to go and do things somewhere, and then maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, and then you forgot how you made it, and then you don't know what's on the VPS, and you don't know where is the config file, where, how, what's the daemon. Is it like systemctl? Is it like lsbctl, or is it something fancy CTL? I really hate that. I would like to have one single API that works and stable. So maybe I should use Debian. At the same time, Debian is super non-updated and super slow. So I don't know. Point is, I like Bazzite so far. I really like Bazzite because it's on Atomic Fedora and it does the things right. Meaning that you can't fuck up Bazzite. You can mess up with things, but the system itself, you can't break it because you're always going to have a version of it, and then you have some 3 partitions. It's actually a bit annoying to install, being honest, but at least it works well, and yeah, not gonna break on you out of thin air. So I like that. It's getting there. Like, in comparison, Cache is nice, but Cache is probably super... I don't know, Cache is probably also very gonna break on you anytime, bro. Which is fine because I never really daily drove Arch. I see why people like it. Yeah, I'm sorry. By the way, I think I finally understood your pseudonym. Yeah, okay. So that's something. Yeah, thanks for joining. I saw you in the chat sneaky for some time. But yeah, thanks for joining. I finally understood what your username means, by the way. I'm not sure if you're a lady or a man, but says is how I used to pronounce your name. That's not says, I know. It's seize, which is like, yeah, grab suddenly, or like take by force, capture, conquer. Yo, I'm like a piece of toast because 16 in French, because I was reading it this way, as in says. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I know, man. Wow, just doubled the viewership when I yap about some nonsense. Yeah. But yeah, I thought your username meant 16 in French. Now it turns out I just can't read English, so it sees. Apologies for that. But yeah, welcome. Anyway, and yeah, I'm not saying that that Linux and the whole thing of audio and video is simple. That's why I'm streaming from macOS, even though I'm on Linux, but I have like a dual setup. Um, but like again, yeah, it's just knowing. And I know that on Linux you have this thing where it's what is it again? Is it ALSA or the other one? Yeah, ALSA. I don't know. Yeah, I know you have some stuff where then you could overwrite it and have your own thing. I hate it too. I hate it super deeply. I even have a roadcaster. Wait, but no. What you mean about journey? Oh yeah, Pipewire. I heard some nice things about it. Yeah, but for example, I have a Rodecaster Pro, so it's like the thing where I have my mic, and that's cool because it's a sound interface, works well. I could even add some sound effects like. So here we go. I could add some fancy sound effects that I could work on at some point to have something better. But that works. I mean, I mostly use for like having several mics. But that thing just never worked on Linux because you got a constant buzzing and nothing was working. And I tried so many drivers, so many configs and everything else, never worked. So yeah. Oh yeah. I've installed a PCIe USB-C ports just to try to have like another kind of USB, and that kind of worked, but not fully. I'm like, bro, okay, you know what? Yeah, that's why people don't stream from Linux. They usually stream from Windows or from I don't know, Mac, I guess for me. But yeah. But that's pretty much all. So I like Bazzite. I hate Ubuntu, but my love gonna probably be NixOS. I'm gonna hate it, but I'm gonna hate it once, because then once you learned it once, then you can redo it. It doesn't break on you. I like that. You learn one skill, and then you never lose it. Yeah, that's cool. Because like, sorry, but all the skills that you have on Arch or Fedora, yeah, they change every week. Of like, oh, you need to re-implement the new thing there and something, and yeah, I don't like that. So yeah. Yeah, I know. And even better, we have a fellow system that even recommended me 6OS. 6OS, which is literally NixOS without systemd. Which, hey, if it works, and I mean, from what I saw from the talk and the slides, that should. So yeah. Nah, I mean, it's not as reproducible. Yeah, okay, if you have some dot files, you could do some things back, and it could kind of work, but you still need to transfer the files, and it doesn't describe your system. For example, let's go to my GitHub. Do I have something? What do I have? Do I have, yeah, I don't know. For example, this one. If you go here and you have like, I don't know, some view file. Okay, let's take something. Okay, if you have this, I'm not sure what's in it, L, but I guess, yeah, that's like no systemd. Nice. But for example, yeah, if you have something as simple as this, okay, here you have some file describes some template, that's cool. Now, if you need to take this file, copy it somewhere and do everything else, yeah, that's not gonna be nice. You're gonna have like a hard time, because then you need to figure out, okay, where is it, etc. While at the same time, an XOS file is literally gonna tell you, okay, you have something enabled, you have this here, you have this, that, and you just read the entire system from A to B, from A to Z. You don't even need to know what's where or how, or yeah, it's gonna tell you every service, everything running. So sorry, but that's next level. Oh, by the way, it's Michel Hashimoto. It's config. Oh wow, I didn't know he was in Nixos too. Bro, I mean, I started. Okay. Never mind. I guess I saw it some time ago. But yeah, no, it's like it just makes more sense to have it in one way because that describes your entire system. You don't need to import things. It doesn't break on you. It's also more secure. It's fully reproducible. So, oh wow, Emacs init file. Okay, yeah, I spent some time in Emacs, 3 hours and no, 3 days, and then I was like, yeah, bro, that's too much for me, huh? Because the UX and what you do with it, it's cool. As like Primogen says, Emacs is kind of its own operating system because you could do anything in Emacs. But I don't know. I used Sublime Text for some time. I was like, oh, that's fast. Shortcuts are simple. I like it. Emacs, bro, you have like Control C or like Control X and then all the things. If you learn how to have some equivalent to Vim motions, then it's cool. But then, yeah, exactly. Great Oris, terrible editor. Yeah, that's exactly how I would also name it. So anyway, yeah. So then I have some S3 object storage just to store some assets, and then I use Podman because Docker is a bit heavy. Yeah, evil mode, I'm not sure exactly what it is. I mean, I know that there are modes where you do need less shortcuts. But yeah, out of the fact that you pretty much use Emacs as Vim, which in the end, you could just use Vim or NeoVim, but yeah. Yeah. By the way, I'm probably gonna learn NeoVim myself at some point, or finally time to pull the trigger. I'll do it while suffering on the stream also, because hey, why not? But yeah. Anyway, I think I also wanted to do because I also made a comparison. Like if you actually go on my YouTube, because I made a comparison. Wait, what am I looking at exactly? Of OIDC, which is like a security thingy for on how to get the things. Oh yeah, so because I was checking the differences between GoToSocial and Mastodon. Mastodon has a few extra things for the search and the Explore tab, and a few admin roles. And I was like, yeah, I don't care about any of that. There's one thing where it was written, oh, Mastodon Mastodon has TOTP as a 2FA by default. And I thought, oh, that's cool. But then I read below and then I saw that GTS has OIDC, which is OpenID Connect. And I read more into it. And I saw that, yeah, you have things like Pocket ID that then you could just put on top of it. And then... keyboard only obsessed people, yeah. Though it bothers me how close but slightly different nanos key bannings are from regular. What's CUA? Wait, meaning CUA in CLI? CUA? What? Command line interface. CUA? Wait, what? Wait, what's regular CUA? I don't know what the acronym of CUA stands for. Wait. Oh, it's a stab dart. Okay, I see. Okay. Wow. Yeah, okay. I mean, if you are old enough to have worked on a IBM keyboard, yes, sir, I pull my hat to you because I never worked on that. I know that they have some springs, buckling springs, and they make some fancy sound, and the feeling is also fancy. I wish I could have worked on that because that sounds nice. But yeah, now when I started, it was the time where, I mean, professionally, where I had the Apple keyboard. That was literally a thin slice of plastic. And if you have long nails, you could probably just flick it over and you could just type on the chassis. It wasn't typing on a key. So I myself use HHKB Pro 2 and I love Top Ray. That's my way to go. But yeah, man, typing on a laptop is such a pain. So this at least was a nice real keyboard. Okay, Sway. Yeah. And you can use Nano 100% only too. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. It's cool if you have nice standards. But in the end, yeah, if they are messed up because of like small things. And it's also the thing of, man, it took me so long to move from Linux to macOS because I was like, oh man, I hate, why isn't it control? Why do you need to use command? And then you need to shift your fingers. And in the end, I also moved my control to the caps lock, because why would I have caps lock? And I do that on every of my machines because that just makes sense. I don't want to have IRS, no, not IRS, RSI, yeah, rather. Because I don't know, yeah, there's no point using the pinky to reach out that. And when I saw that on Emacs you have so many shortcuts, yeah, I was like, nah, I care about my pinky. So yeah, Sway is nice from what I heard. I mean, especially for like Wayland. But I mean, again, it's mostly an i3. You could give a try to Sway, but you could also give a try to Neri. Neri is also a cool package, repo, because it's done in Rust, so maybe faster, but it's a bit different because it's a scrollable tiling compositor. So I don't know exactly how it behaves. Okay, nice. We have people posting things on Codeberg. Yeah, I need to check if I have your username there. By the way, since you're bothering me all the time asking things, and since I'm depressed because I didn't get chosen to work at a very nice company, I'm not sure I want to say the name here, but like this little bro with the music that got vibe coded and that I still need to fix, by the way. Yeah, there's the music there. It's just in JavaScript with a JavaScript music API. So I'm not ghosting you. I'm just very depressed and sad lately. So sorry. But yeah, Neri happened for a while. KDE only though. Yo, why did you downgrade it to KDE, yo? KDE is the worst, man. I hate KDE. It's so bad. It's so bad, man. Yeah, I don't know. Gnome is bad, but at least Gnome is keyboard friendly. Sorry, but KDE is like Windows monkey of you need to use the mouse for everything. And the shortcuts also not IBM standard. So sorry. Yeah, I mean, if you have tiling window manager, hopefully I guess it's keyboard friendly, because otherwise, yeah, I meant stabboard. Yeah, indeed. indeed. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, for the setup, I wanted something with Pocket ID, as I said, because Pocket ID is just a way of either you put your finger or you use a YubiKey. You have no passwords, and that makes sense. I like the principle. And then you could slap a tiny off in front of it, which is, from what I understood, something that protects any kind of page. And then you could connect OIDC. As I checked on stream, but I think wasn't recorded because then it cut at some point. If you have Pocket ID, it's the equivalent of you going to a festival and you have your wristband or your tattoo, and then you can just go through, and Tiny Off gonna be the guy, the bouncer that checks that you have the wristband or the tattoo, and that's nice. and that protects everything. And I was like, oh wait, you have a first party integration with GoToSocial for that? That's amazing, because that means that I could connect to any place publicly. Like, I don't know, if you go to a library, you want to check your GoToSocial account, like your ActivityPub microblogging platform. Now, I'm gonna call it that way, because otherwise they're gonna use Mastodon and people are gonna be like, oh, so you're using Mastodon? I'm like, no. But then if you go there and then you use that, then I don't know, you could just put your YubiKey and you're probably logged in with your admin account and you have everything. So it's super nice and super exportable. So that's also the setup that I thought, okay, yeah, Mastodon maybe has TOTP. I don't like TOTP. I rather have WebAuthn. Oh, I don't know how you pronounce it. WebAuthn, like this thingy, and like a simple YubiKey. So yeah. Oh, consistency. Oh, consistency. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, I have the worst thing for you. Oh yeah, the YubiKeys. Yeah, I posted it in the chat indeed. My bad. So yeah, I use something on macOS, by the way. It's called Aerospace. It's kind of i3 like for macOS. It's awful, by the way. I don't recommend that. It's awful, bro. I mean, it's not awful, but again, it's use everything with command. On Linux, use Meta for all your windows, but then you use Control for all the stuff. And Aerospace, I bounded it to Alt or like Option key. So overall, my keyboard, depending on where I am and what I do, I use 1, 2, 3 keys that do exactly different things and opposite things at opposite times. That's why sometimes I glitch my UI with my Windows, because my fingers still need to accommodate for the switch from macOS to Linux. And I wish I could do something. I could maybe do something on my keyboard actually, where then I could have something universal, because I have QMK, so I could flash my thing and I could have it universally working. But then if I use another Mac computer, that doesn't work. So right now I just learned it the hard way and I deal with it. But that is also i3 on macOS. I don't recommend that though. I don't recommend that. And also I use Catchy Bar, and I kind of vibe coded the config. Performance is also not great, man. Performance of that's just like a bar that you have at the top, but that you can customize. So kind of like what you have on Cache, but with a lot of hacking, a lot of effort. Yeah, and maybe it's just OBS and me streaming that like takes a lot of bandwidth. But I mean, it's mostly the GPU that struggles. It's not even the RAM or the CPU. It's really the graphical processor. Anyway, I promise you guys, you are currently on a shit StreamYard. We'll move to Owncast at some point, and then we'll have something better, faster, and yeah, I also have better live streaming from Mac. But yeah, anyway, that was also some stuff I wanted to my config. So I explicitly say, okay, I want that. Yeah, anyway, what else? Yeah, so domain name social, iSocial. Yeah, I dropped iSocial. I want SQLite also, yeah. Wait, if I may ask, why did you downgrade to macOS? Oh, speaking to me? It's not that I downgraded to macOS, let's say, because I mean I used a lot of Linux, and then at some point I used less Linux. And the reason was mostly the fact that I worked in web dev, and usually when you join a company, the company gonna be, hey, you do have the choice between a Windows laptop and a macOS. And otherwise just macOS. So I was like, okay, I guess I don't have a choice then. And then, yeah, since you work every day, all day on the Mac machine, then it's like, okay, I guess at some point I'll just get used to it and I'll deal with it. And yeah, And then at some point I was like, you know what? I really hate the fact that I need to reconfigure my machine every time I leave a job or I get into a new job. So I just bought myself my own studio, never connected it to any kind of Apple nonsense. I have my thing full blocked by Lil Snitch and a lot of other things. So my Mac Studio is probably the dumbest machine you can have because it doesn't have no how do you call it, universal clipboard and all of that nonsense from Apple. It's just some GPU and CPU that works. Doesn't need no battery because it's super power efficient. I was like, okay, you know, it's silent, doesn't take space, and I want to stream. So I was like, yeah, I'm not dealing with drivers and shit on like on Linux because yeah, no thanks. So yeah, I thought, okay, at least OBS works on macOS, everything works. I have all the programs and everything, the software for Elgato and everything else. Because again, most of that thing doesn't work on Linux, and yeah, I still wanted to stream and do some video editing on DaVinci Resolve. And DaVinci Resolve is also cool because again, you could do a few things where then it's faster on the specific chips of macOS, where then you have, yeah, you overall have better codecs. So that's why I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just buy one machine from macOS, and that's the only thing. I definitely have some friction, but it's fine because again, I'm gonna go to something else. And hey, by the way, speaking of which, I'm not like sponsored by NixOS, but there's also Nix Darwin, which again, you could have your config in Nix for macOS. So sorry, but that's the end game of it. Of like, you write your config for Linux and it works on Mac. Yeah, that's why I was like, man, okay, I want to learn that because that sounds like cool. If you can hack your own thing fully, that sounds amazing. And as for the 720p, sorry for that. Yeah, on YouTube you have the full quality. I'm streaming in 4K. I mean technically 144p because my monitor is 1440p, but my like this shot is 4K. And that's cool because that goes into some 4KX. This is 1440p. Anyway, I'll fix it with proper codec. Deal with me for a bit longer. Cope with me for a bit longer. Yeah, I mean, I know. I'll still fix it. It's okay. It's still work in progress, as you can see. Yeah, it's fine. But going back to GTS, also I love the fact that we have SQLite. Because again, having one file, you could just drop it somewhere on the cloud encrypted, and then you have your backup. That's cool. I never really worked a lot with Postgres. I know you have tools, but then sometimes you need the proper version, you need the proper thing, and you have a service or the daemon not properly running and working. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I could just copy paste the file. I can understand copy paste. Postgres, I'm not an expert. I could, or again, I could just LLM my way out of it. But again, if it's not needed, also you have SQLite AWL, which is ahead. Wait, no, a WL right ahead logging, which again makes it crazy fast, and then you don't need a lot of IO, and that's all. So yeah. Overall, if I see Go and SQLite, I'll like, man. Yeah, I'm a simple bitch. So anyway, I have a head snare. Okay, yeah, that's the thing where I wanted to challenge a bit more. Wait, about the bucket, the S3 bucket. What is the point of creating a new one? Is there even a point? Because the credentials will be stored in one place anyway. Yeah, I last time stopped because like Claude was telling me, I mean, the LLM was like, hey, you should be careful because if you have your bucket and it's just a directory inside of the bucket, then you could potentially wipe it or have some security issue. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not sure it's really necessary to have another bucket because, yeah, okay, if you have some issues with credentials or blast radius, yeah, okay, then you fuck everything. So, meaning that if I post a few images on my website or then I have them on ActivityPub microblogging platform, not Mastodon, then yeah, I mean, both could die at the same time, bro. If somebody hacks into my VPS and gets the thing, yeah, I would expect to lose both anyway, so it doesn't matter. Also, I do not want to pay for another bucket because it doesn't sound useful. It is moreover the S3 bucket on Headster itself. Yeah, and again, yeah, I could just back up the thing into another bucket elsewhere on like some other S3 compatible. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, what else? Okay, yeah, I have Podman Compose. So I'm not an expert in Docker, but from what I read and what I checked, it's also a bit more tightened up in terms of privileges and attack surface. Meaning that, yeah, also like why using Docker if it's OCI compatible, it's fine. I can just use Podman. Most of the commands are anyway, if you type Docker or you type Podman in front of it, it's going to be the same. So, yeah. That's the thing I checked also with Caddy, where you have different ways of encoding things. And in this case, I rather go with Z standard. So I prefer Broadly because Broadly compresses a bit better usually. But at the same time, Broadly is not available with Jim's or Kim's project. Damn, I already forgot his name. Sorry. But yeah, at least it's going to be compressed because I still want the thing to be compressed and shipped quickly to the people. Because again, we also made a few benchmarks on like GoToSocial instances from like Elena and a few other people. And that's cool. And that kind of shows something. But at the same time, I'm sure I can do better if I have better settings and if I have CDN in front of it. So that way the performance, you could bring it further. So that's what I was looking into. I checked the rate limiting. So yeah, I saw that you have this thing where a few people hit some issues where sometimes they are rate limited because they come from a poorly configured entry. So in this case, I'm gonna have Caddy and then gonna get the IP, so that way it's not 500 people with the same IP. That's your entry point, but that's gonna be forwarded from Caddy, meaning that Caddy gonna be like, okay, those are 500 different people. And then, yeah, so that issue might be fixed. Yeah, I don't really care about logging anything. So that's why I put false. Like, I don't really care about who you are or what you do. Like, if you read my shit, that's more than enough for me. I mean, might be useful maybe to troubleshoot if I have a few bugs. Wait, no Caddy log directive. Yeah, so my Caddy doesn't log anything, and the idea for GTS would be to not log anything. I just hope that if my thing doesn't work, I'll still manage to figure out what doesn't work. Maybe I can also fine tune of saying, okay, maybe I want the log from the system or the Docker instance. And I mean, this one going to be verbose anyway. It's more like, is GTS logging anything? In which case, I don't really want to do that. Oh, that's amazing. Oh yeah, I read that about Mastodon. That's also what got me excited. is the fact of if you upload something. So if you have, for example, any kind of picture, then you're gonna strip all the EXIF data. Some people hate it because some photographers actually use that metadata for like attribution or credits or just remembering where they took the shot and how with the focal length and the aperture and everything else. I don't. And also, I mean, if I take photos from my graphene, it's fine. I don't have no metadata there. But it's cool because in case of me uploading something and I forgot to strip it, then I could have it done already. So that's super amazing, nice. And again, it's baked in, so yeah, very nice. Account settings. Yeah, there's also a bazillion things of like, yeah, you could make it unlisted and everything else. I'm gonna just go with everything public. I don't really care. Everything is in WebP. That's amazing. Oh wait, AVIF already unaccepted upload mime time. Uploaded AVIF. Oh wow, what? Oh, that's a bit less nice. AVIF is already accepted meme type. Uploaded AVIF gets WebP thumbnailed. Yeah, fmpack fallback path and the original. Oh no! Oh, it's a wow. Okay, that's cool. Meaning, if you upload an AVIF, then you have the thumbnail in WebP, and then you still have AVIF untouched. I mean, the issue is, yeah, that's the issue. Is if you upload a JPEG, it won't be converted into AVIF. Because I myself don't plan on converting things before uploading them. If I upload an image, I'm gonna just upload the PNG or JPEG. And again, that doesn't convert to AVIF. It's fine. Gonna convert it in WebP. That's also fine. It's gonna be less heavy on the CPU. I don't have a huge CPU on the headset so far, so I'll just keep it as is for now. And WebP just still gets like 95% there. And then OIDC, so supports OIDC natively. And then yeah, and then I'll see if I can self-host Elk myself or just use the hosted version. Still not sure. I need to see how much it eats in terms of resources. And then yeah, Bunny CDN in front of it goes in front of the bucket. Redirect domain only. It's GTS web views or server rendered per request, not static. All media objects are immutable on CDN friendly. Oh yeah, true. I am not sure if Hetzner is doing some edge CDN or if Bunny in front of it makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought of, okay, like, is it worth it having a Bunny in front of my GTS? Turns out, nah, because again, it's just the backend, so you're not gonna proxy anything because there's nothing static. I mean, no, still I have something static because like when you have a page like that, and again, and I forgot Elena. Yeah, when you have something like this still gonna be static. No, it's not static actually. No, it's always gonna be SSR'd. You could make it static, honestly, but it's probably not static. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's also like, I don't know. Yeah, I also need to put the CDN in front of my website. But I'm gonna do a batch of everything, so I'm gonna have Bunny for the website and for GTS. So yeah. So non-obvious routing problem and how it's solved. Your blogs Caddy already runs iKeysWorks as a live vhost. Whereas proxying to its Kisu assets bucket with a catch-all handle that writes anything at emoji to works variants. Pointing GTS. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's no cool. Right. Um, mm, oh yeah. Okay. I mean, okay. That's not the best. Wait. Why do I do that again? Why do I do that again? Mm, yeah, so catches all rewrites anything not emoji to works variants. Pointing GTS storage at the same keys works the main meaning it's GTS realize free object format verified in storage path attachment is account, media type, media size, media ID extension. Okay. Yeah, I mean we could definitely refactor this part so that way we have something going for emojis plus variants of keys works and then one for the GTS setup. No problem changing this one properly and have it split nicely. Yeah. UL ID is always a fixed 26 characters. Crockford base 32 string. Wow, man. Crockford base 32. What even is that? Which can never look like the blocks, literal works, or emoji. So path regex. Yeah. Because it never conflicts doesn't mean it's clean in this situation. Let's compartmentalize it properly with its own scope. Oh, look at this fancy system, the GoToSocial service. Nice. Okay. I know. Sorry. Man, I say system D, I just summon system in the chat. I love how his username there is super serious business. GoToSocial. Man. Wow. Okay, so we have no latest. That's cool. That's from the other setup. We have GoToSocial and stopped. Username. Sample compose. Environment GTS. Host social. SQLite address. Back in S3. Confirm region matches your bucket. I'm gonna be reusing the same bucket. Yes. Storage is. Oh yeah, that's the name of the bucket. I think I said. Bookup docs DNS or path modern providers. That's encrypt enabled. Yeah, I have Kelly for that already. False, no API, delivery 3 not set already correct the GTS defaults. Okay. Okay, so that's for after commented. 8080. Wait, what? So wait, GTS port is 8080. Can't we set something different to avoid conflicts in the future? Sounds like a very common port overall. What's Mastodon? Mastodon port. Mastodon server port. Oh, 3,000, 4,000. That sounds like the default of Rails. No? Oh wow, they even have Prometheus. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's quite a chunky project, huh? env file. Yeah, that I will need to populate. Kelly edits. That here. Kelly that already get deployed. Stay single. Wait, Kelly edits? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my current thing where I have my website. I use Hugo for that because I'm also so fed up with like all the things. The less I interact with the JavaScript ecosystem, the better I feel, man. Music is some music. Nah, it's Marsh. Since you liked it, I was like, okay, let me bring it back. Yeah, it's a Marsh mix of. Oh no. Yeah, I messed up. I opened something I should have not opened. Okay, okay, it's back. No, it's just Marsh. I put a mix of 2 hours. That way I know when it's done. Okay, in 15 minutes I can go to bed and sulk on my sad life as a unemployed potato. But no, yeah, so like since you mentioned it last time, I was like, oh, long time I haven't listened to Marsh. Also, not very creative, and I had a few issues with YouTube's API because I mostly just stream the music from YouTube. It's still work in progress. Maybe I can put some music assistant or something self-hosted, something locally played. I'm not very picky in terms of music, but yeah, Marsh is a safe bet. I mean, you know the kind of stuff I listen to anyway. Oh wow, IP banned. Okay. Wow, how much do you download, man? Wait, why do we even download actually? Is it videos or is it music? Yes. A or B? Yes. Okay, I guess both. I mean, I don't know. I use the non-black, non-white Eagle app, you know. If you see what I mean from Mr. Roastman. And yeah, that works fine for me. Never hit any limits. But I mean, I also have several YouTube accounts to like split the flow, so that's also maybe why. If I start downloading 4 TB into a NAS of like memes, yeah, maybe I'll hit a limit. Maybe, indeed. So yeah, that's correct. Add one handle branch, make it works block. I don't know, yeah. To me, GrayJ is maybe not fully open source because again, I don't think the code is on GitLab or anything. They have something, but I don't feel they have the releases or anything working there fully. No, I don't even think it's source available. Is it? I mean, I don't know. Last time I checked, it wasn't fully. It wasn't fully. But maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, they have a GitHub repo. That doesn't mean that it's not just, you know, like something. Like that doesn't mean it's reproducible and you have all the APK out of it. But yeah, I mean, at least, you know, it works logged out with no nonsense. So I mean, yeah, because I tried a few, but this one works well, has decent UX. You can have everything locally, and also you don't need premium, so that's cool. Definitely enjoying that one. Yeah. And I mean, when I started using that for the first time on Graphene, I was like, oh wow, this shit is bloated, doesn't work. And it's like I had so many bugs and captchas and stuff, and then I go to GitHub issues. I'm like, oh, we have 10 issues per day. Turns out it was just a fluke because I just came at the wrong time, and that was all broken at that time. But then, yeah, I gave it a week or two, and then it was perfect. So yeah, so that's like now it works. Kind of forgot about it because I still need to follow my fellow YouTube creators like Jeff Kerling and a few other ones, and yeah, definitely can't really live without YouTube yet because that's also the thing. Like, wait, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? Vanessa. What's her name? Wait. Wait, is it not Vanessa? Wait, no. Rape, VHS, no Netflix. Man, I forget people's name all the time. Is it not Vanessa? And it's probably not Vanessa. I live without Netflix. What's her name? Yo, help me out, guys. What's her name? Privacy. Wait, I know how to find that. I actually know how to find that. No, maybe I don't. What's the name of... Okay, I guess I'm gonna go here. I don't really like to go here. I don't know why. Wait. What's her... Oh, man. Where is it? Where do you have people recommended that you can follow? I know there are somewhere. I know you have some people somewhere you can follow. Not contributors. Shit. How is she called? She's a nice lady, a bit on the edgy side of her tone. Privacy, how I got rid of Netflix and streaming. Man, it's crazy. If you're not logged in into your account, you have no way. Okay, so it's not this lady, it's the other one. Yeah, this is where you can see... I mean, you can see so much crap to begin with. Wow. Sometimes being logged in is nice because then you don't see all of this crap. Because, bro, all the AI nonsense. Oh, you really have a shit ton of AI, yeah? No, so it's not. I'm not Freya. It's not somebody from the team actually. It's somebody else. Let me go through their recommendations. I'm sure it's... Oh, yeah, here we go. Veronica. Fuck me. I'm very sorry. Yeah. So this lady has some very good content. She also has a GoToSocial, by the way. And yeah, I mean, she explained... yeah, Veronica is super nice. She has her own tone. And I probably need to check on some things that she writes. Oh yeah, she has Veronica.sh. Yeah. Oh wait, no, she changed. Yeah, doesn't she has like vkc.sh? vkc.sh? Oh yeah, that's an alias. Yeah. And yeah, no, she's doing some very nice things. I forgot what I wanted to say about it though. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, she also made a video about graphene. That was nice. And yeah, she also used some nice resources. I forgot what I said about this one. I think was good. She had a few issues where she wasn't happy about something. I forgot what it was. But anyway, totally forgot what I wanted to say. What did I wanted to say about Veronica? And not Vanessa, man. Wow, fuck me. But yeah, no, I also love this this person because like yeah, she does a lot of things that make sense. Another one that you probably know. Oh yeah, thanks. That's yeah. So Bread on Penguins is also doing some nice things, like nice Linux basic things, and yeah, it's quite nice. And yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Thanks. Is the fact that yeah, she has a PeerTube and that's cool. But I wish people could just move away from PeerTube because I don't know. I don't know. I don't. That's exactly what I thought about yesterday. Of why are even people on PeerTube? Because if you're on PeerTube, wait. By the way, is it even her latest videos? Is it synced? No, it's not. Is it? Maybe. I don't know. Because if you're on PeerTube, okay, sure, you're on PeerTube. So what are the drawbacks of PeerTube? PeerTube definitely won't have as much traffic as YouTube, because again, like nobody goes on PeerTube in comparison of YouTube in terms of yeah, like YouTube is still I think the best website in terms of actual traffic. I can't actually load it. Wow. Okay, no. Okay. But then so you don't have the traffic. Okay, so you don't have the bloat, so that's cool. You don't have no traffic and no nonsense. It's simpler, it's hosted. Yet, you have a problem. Is the fact that, yeah, the max quality... Oh, wait. No, you can have 4K? No, you can't have 4K. Is it like real 4K? Because the last time I checked, PeerTube wasn't doing 4K. And then I was like, oh, why would you go to PeerTube? Because YouTube is awful because it compresses everything. And oh yeah, okay. I mean, if you can use that and then get the full quality, yeah. No, I mean it's mostly when you self-host it, because I would like to watch the best quality in the browser or just get the thing with no compression. And YouTube is nice because you could stream 4K, but it's gonna be compressed 4K. But PeerTube, last time I saw it was only 1080p. So if now they implemented 4K, that's cool. That's definitely nice. I could see more point into that. At the same time, you still need to kind of trust and like see what they load. And I guess still gonna be better than YouTube for sure. But then the other issue is you need to log in on that instance. I don't think you have ActivityPub. Do you have ActivityPub? Is there ActivityPub within PeerTube? Oh yeah, you have ActivityPub. Okay. Oh, what? Wait, you can download... Okay, I mean, that sounds more of a hack. If you get something higher quality than what you have here. Okay. I mean, okay, yeah. I mean, okay, if it has ActivityPub and you don't specifically need to log in, you can still interact and do things. Okay. Okay, why not? I can buy it. But I mean, in the end, you could also just have the video on your website with a player, and then people actually don't need to go elsewhere. They can just go to your website, because if you go to vkc.sh, then you could maybe just watch the video directly, you know, why not? That's what I'm saying, because yeah. Yeah, but then why even having it on PeerTube? You could just have your own thing on your own website, because what do you have here? You have the video and you have a player. Those things, you could have them on your own website. Like if you have your channel, you could have exactly that as like, here you come and you have videos and then you have it. So having it here, oh, I also love this video of modern web sucks. Exactly agree with this one. because it otherwise is that much traffic. Wait, sorry, I really don't understand what you mean by that. Because it otherwise is that much traffic. What do you mean? I mean, oh yes, but doesn't matter. Cause okay, it's peer-to-peer. Is it peer-to-peer? Is it not only hosted on her own VPS somewhere? Wait, PeerTube is peer-to-peer? Wow, I really live in the rock then, no? Users browsers. Okay, so that's technically not peer-to-peer. Yeah, but like, okay, it's only on the client side if you watch it with several people. It's kind of like WebTorrent. Because like WebTorrent, yeah, okay, use WebRTC and then you have several people and then you could watch the thing. But in the end, why does it matter? Because if you have Bunny CDN, if you put Bunny in front of it, you just load it once and then it's on the edge. You don't pay for it. Everybody has it. It's fast. And then you don't need no peer-to-peer. So then, yeah, you could still implement WebRTC on top of it on your website. And okay, maybe, okay, that's more work. No, I mean, it's not the fact that it's not peer-to-peer. It's mostly the fact that the load. I mean, again, I'm just gonna open what I'm reading here. Wait, or did I close it? Yeah, core protocol implementation. I don't see how you could split the thing. Wait, no, that's the wrong question. PeerTube does peer-to-peer. PeerTube uses peer-to-peer technology to reduce server load and bandwidth costs. It employs peer-to-peer media loader to share chunks between users watching the same content via WebRTC, bypassing the need for all data to come directly from the host server. Okay. Oh, it's funny. Okay. Previous versions use WebTorrent. And now HLS over WebRTC P2P. Wow. Okay, that sounds badass. HLS over